Almost for fun, let me ask a friend of yours, Yann LeCun. What are your top 10 favorite things about Yann LeCun? I think he's a he's a brilliant guy. I think he's important to the world. I think you guys disagree on a lot of things, but I personally like vigorous disagreement. I, as a person in the stands, like to watch the gladiators go at it. And
no, he's a super genius. I mean, look, I wouldn't say we're super close, but casual friends. I worked with him at Meta. He's the chief scientist at Meta for a long time, and is still works with us. And it's obviously is a legendary figure in the field and one of the main people responsible for what's happening. It's my serious observation would be that it's the thing I've talked to him about for a long time, and I keep trying to read and follow everything he does. Is he is the, I think, see if you agree with this, he is the smartest and most credible critic of LLMs is the path for AI. Yeah. He's not, there's certain, I would say, troll-like characters who are just like crap on everything, but like Yann has like very deeply thought through basically theories as to why LLMs are an evolutionary dead end. And I actually like, I try to do this thing where I try to model, I try to have a mental model of like the two different sides of a serious argument. And so I've tried to like internalize that argument as much as I can, which is difficult because like we're investing it behind LLMs as aggressively as we can. And so if he's right, like that could be a big problem, but like we should also know that. And then I sort of use his ideas to challenge all the bullish people, to really kind of test their level of knowledge. So I like to kind of grill people. Like I got my CS degree 35 years ago, so I'm not like deep in the technology, but like if to the extent I can understand Yann's points, I can use them to, to really surface a lot of the questions for the people who are more bullish. And that's been, I think, very, very productive. It's very striking that you have somebody who is like that central in the space, who is actually like a full on skeptic. And again, this could go different ways. He could end up being very wrong. He could end up being totally right, or it could be that he will provoke the evolution of these systems to be much better than they would have been.
Yeah, he could be both right and wrong. I first of all, I do agree with that. He's one of the most legit and rigorous and deep critics of the LLM path to AGI. His basic notion is that AI needs to have some physical understanding of the physical world, and that's very difficult to achieve with LLMs. And that is a really good way to challenge the limitations of LLMs and so on. He's also been a vocal and a huge proponent of open source, which is a whole nother, which you have been as well.
Which is very useful, yeah.
And that's been just fascinating to watch.
And anti-doomer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
very anti-doomer. He also has many wolves inside his mind.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes. So it's been really, really fun to watch.
The other two, okay, here's my other wolf coming out.
Yeah.
The other two of the three godfathers of AI are like radicals, like full on left, far left, I would say like either Marxists or borderline Marxists. And they're like, I think, quite extreme in their social and political views. And I think that feeds into their doomerism. And I think, they are lobbying for like draconian government. I think what would be ruinously destructive government legislation, and regulation. And so it's actually super helpful, super, super helpful to have Yann as a counterpoint to those two.